When I saw Donald Trump going after Ben Carson during that 95-minute rant in Iowa, going after everybody really, and even suggesting, oh, I don't know, the people of Iowa are stupid, I had the same reaction as everyone in America. Seriously? What's going on? Is this the Donald on steroids? I mean, he had just had this restrained and composed debate performance in Milwaukee, and now it just seemed like he was taking a hose and just hosing down everybody in sight. And also, there's really no need for him to go after Ben Carson on the questions and discrepancies that have been raised about the doctor's life story, because the media were already doing it for him. But I talked to his senior Trump advisor, and this was not an accident. Trump is going to keep doing this. And there was no sense of, well, maybe he went a little too far. Perhaps what he really meant was they think this is Trump at his best. They think that when Trump goes after his opponents, even if he does it in incendiary language, and by the way, he dropped the S word in this speech, talking about bombing the blank out of ISIS. They think that that's what people like about Donald Trump, and they have a point. The media have a hard time understanding this. How many times have we been through coverage in which a bunch of very smart pundits come on the air and say, this time Donald Trump has gone too far. This time the air is going to come out of the Trump balloon. We saw it with the original comments on Mexican immigrants and John McCain not being a war hero, and on and on and on, not correcting the Muslim questioner. And every time that Trump pushes the envelope, and every time that he says something that just seems to be this side of nasty or politically incorrect, his fans love it because they see Trump as whacking back at a political establishment that they despise and as flouting all the rules. Plus, he's entertaining as hell when he does it. And so he reinforces the notion that he's not a politician, that he's a different kind of candidate with the base that loves him. Now, does this stop him from expanding his base of support? I don't know. And was he doing this because he is nervous about the fact that Carson is running neck and neck with him, certainly in national polls and in some state polls? Well, it's hard to say. But it does seem like every time that Trump needs to change the storyline, he goes over the top. He attacks somebody in very personal terms. And look at the way this sticks. Jeb Bush, low energy. Marco Rubio, his credit cards are a disaster. In every case, there are explanations to be had, but by boiling it down to the schoolyard taunt, this is what Trump excels at. This is what spending 30 years in the tabloid tough New York market will do for you. Is it presidential? A lot of people don't think so. A lot of people are turned off by it. A lot of other people are turned on by it. And it puts the opponents, especially Ben Carson, who's such a calm guy and who I just had a chance to interview in Milwaukee, and I asked him about Trump's attacks, and he was very measured in deflecting them. It puts them in a somewhat untenable position because either they let Trump pile on while they run the risk of looking weak, or they punch back at Trump and they end up getting into a street fight that they usually can't win because Trump is just better at this stuff than everybody else.